Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am super excited about today's video and what I have to share with you guys. I'm Ashley. If you're new, please stick around, like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already. In today's video, I am going to be revealing to you what I have been working on for the last 3 years. That's right, people. I am talking about my first ever published work, first published book, Cupcake Chronicles, My Truth, Part 1 to Finding and Loving Myself, available on Amazon right now. Go on Amazon and go and get your copy right now. I'm trying to tell you, this book is full of juicy secrets, okay? You see this picture? Yeah, lovely picture, makeup on point, okay? Everything is on, it's popping, okay? Do you see that? Yeah. Finally, after 3 years, right? It took me 3 years to write this book. And I'm going to explain to you in today's video why. So, basically, I started writing this book back in, I'm going to say January 2018. So, what prompted me to even write a book is because I'm just real big on documentation and writing things down, having things in black and white, so I can years later look back on it and see where I have grown and how far I have come. So that was the whole purpose of this book. I didn't know then how or when I was even going to be able to get it published, but I just knew that one day it was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? You just never give up on your dreams. And this year, I'm going after all of my dreams. I am chasing all of them. I am accomplishing all of my goals and dreams this year. And it started with this book right here, Cupcake Chronicles Part 1, available on Amazon right now. And so, basically, I had just recently moved the end of 2017, about October 2017. And it's funny, it's like October is just now become this, pivotal moment in my life. I moved in October of 2017 that year. My twins are born in the month of October. So, yeah, October is just a very special and important moment in my life. And so at that time I had just moved, and probably around December I bought my first laptop. Now it was a very dated laptop. It was a Dell. It was really heavy. It was it was dated. It was not all of that, right? But I just knew that I needed Microsoft Word on it. That's all that mattered to me, so I can be able to type on it. So it served its purpose. And yeah, so I just started typing away. And the reason why it took me so long is because, of course, life happened, certain events in my life happened, distractions that deterred me away and kind of took me off that path to continue writing. And then, of course, there's always writer's block. So, yeah, you already know how that goes for my writers and journalists out there. By the way, I am a journalist major. I graduated from Michigan State University. Go green, go white. Woo-hoo. Years ago. Okay. Over a decade ago. But that's another story for another day. So anyway, the point is, writing was always in me. As a little girl, I remember writing poems and short stories, and I always kept diaries. I went through so many diaries as a little girl. So writing things down and jotting and documenting things was just always a part of who I am. It's just a part of my makeup and my DNA, right? And so, and by being a journalism major, I thought it was only right to write a book, and, what other topic to write about other than my life. So this book starts My journey starts in this book from the time I graduated college, actually. And then it goes on all the way up until I gave birth to my twins, Amir and Armani. So I felt it was only right to start the book um, during a monumental time in my life and end it, on end it on a good note because it kind of started off on a bad note. So it only felt right to end it on a good note. Yes, I do share a lot of my deep, dark, personal secrets in this book, but again, it's my life. A lot of my family members have already purchased the book, and they've, given me their feedback and their criticism on it, and some feel that I shared too much, right? It was too much information. And I'm like, well, what does that mean? Because when a person puts out a piece of work that is considered a bio and based around their life and facts, you know what I mean? How could that be too much? Maybe some of the things I went through was a little off-putting, and it threw them for a loop, and they were kind of caught off guard by some of the events that happened in my life, and they're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this happened to you. But it did. At the end of the day, the reality is these things did happen to me. And I wasn't going to sugarcoat it. I wasn't going to give you a watered down version of it. No, my goal was to be as completely genuine and truthful and completely transparent as I can be, because I don't know any other way to be. You know what I mean? And I've been like that my entire life. And, coming from my family members, I just kind of felt like they should have already known that. You know these things about me. Did they know everything that I put in the book about me? Did they know all the fine, details? No. But most of the things I shared, they were aware of, and I don't feel like it was too much. In fact, I could have shared even more. And in telling my story and, just sharing with others, I'm just hoping to be able to uplift others, or, perhaps someone else out there will be able to relate to some of the things that I went through, or, be able to resonate with some of these things that I shared, just in my journey, as I was saying, once I got out of college and up until I gave birth to my fraternal twins. It was definitely, because that's what it was. It was a journey. And do I have any regrets? No, I don't take back a single thing. Because listen, here's the thing. All of these events were lined up and happened in my life for a reason. They were there for, a reason and a season, Everybody didn't stick around, for long, like I said, they were only there for a season. But the point being, they were meant to be there. And they also served as a life lesson to me. They definitely served their purpose. The toxic relationships that I went through with past boyfriends, and I outlined all of that in my book, talk about all of that in my book. And even the things that I went through with the father of my twins. I shared and went into great detail regarding the things that, we went through. And, just to say that, hey, life isn't perfect, right? No one's life is. It's not always going to be a straight path to get to where you're trying to get to. There's going to be some bumps in the road, some roadblocks. And it's going to be some detours, some things that's going to take you off of that road and off your path, you know what I mean, for a minute, that you may have to step off to the side and figure some things out and get some affairs in order first in order to get back onto that, that road and on the straight and narrow. And like I said, it's looking back, I see the true growth from it, and how I have grown and evolved and have become the woman that you see standing in front of you today. And there's no greater feeling than that. Thank God I don't look like what I've been through, right? Because I have been through a lot. And, that's what I want people to focus on. I want you to go get this book, and I want you to focus on the message behind it and what I was trying to convey in this book to people. Because I know there are other women out there, whether they be in a relationship or single women or single mothers, that's who this book is for. This book is for men and women. It's for couples. It's for single women, single mothers, the men and women of all ages. But, I'm going to say young because I'm fresh out of college. I'm, 22 years old. So this book spanned over a timeline of, a 10-year period, basically, starting, from my early 20s on up until 30. So, yes, that's who it's for. It's for the everyday average woman who is going through something in her relationship. And listen, I love sharing. I love creating content. That's what I do. Part 2, hopefully it won't take as long to write part 2. No, it's not. It's not going to take as long to write part 2. Part 2 should be available, I'm going to say, sometime next year. And it's going to be even better and greater. Part 2 is going to focus more on, me becoming a first-time mom and leaning into motherhood and oh my goodness, just all of the good and crazy memories that I've created so far with the twins, and how that looks like, is watching them grow up and seeing it through their lens and through their eyes and through their view and perspective. And it's just has been nothing short of amazing, I have to tell you, and nothing short of a roller coaster ride. But I will say that they changed my life tremendously, and in ways more than one, and in a way that was needed. And I couldn't be nothing more but eternally grateful and just truly, truly blessed to have them in my life. Because looking back before, it's like, oh, damn, life wasn't shit. And, now things have come full circle. And yes, I just couldn't be any more happier. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to read a couple of lines from my book from the beginning and from the end. Okay, so the beginning of the book starts off as Chapter 1, December 12th, 2012, graduation day. It was the best day of my life, but the excitement ended right after that day. Life after college wasn't pretty for me. And so that's just, to be able to engage and pique your interest a bit, because you're like, ooh, what happens after that? What happens the day after graduation? And then at the back of the book, let's see, the next morning, October 2nd, the nurse came and got me and rolled me down to the OR. They brought Christian in a few minutes later. I remember becoming nauseous and vomiting while they were performing the surgery. Then I heard a baby crying, and 1 minute later, another baby cries. Welcome to the world, Amir and Armani. My heart was so full. I am now a mother. So, yes, go get your copy. Like I said, available on Amazon. It's a really good read. And I'm not just saying that because it's my work. I mean, it could have been a little better, sure. But it's my first book. But I'm just proud of the fact that I did it. I finished it and I published it myself because that was the key part and what was most important. And so, yeah, there you have it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.